In this video, we'll take a look at MPDRX and MPKRX. These are functionally identical. They both are powerful control surfaces for the drum rack and Live 9. The only difference between the two is compatibility. MPDRX works with the MPD32, while MPKRX works with the MPK61 and MPK88. In Pad Bank A, you can play the pads that are visible in the drum rack. You can select which pads are visible with the rewind and fast forward buttons. You can also access note repeat with the stop button. You can change the rate of this with the buttons underneath the faders, and you can adjust the swing level with fader 8. The pads in this bank use a chromatic layout, so they can also be used to play other instruments. The faders control mix parameters of the selected drum pad. They'll control volume, pan, and the first 4 sends. The knobs control whichever device is selected. When Shift is pressed, the faders will control the parameters of the track, and again, they'll control volume, pan, and the first 4 sends. The 8th fader will control the master volume. If a track is selected that doesn't have a drum rack on it, these will just control the mixer parameters of the track. The knobs control whichever device is selected. You can move between devices with Shift plus rewind and fast forward. In Pad Bank B, you can mute drum rack pads. With Shift, you can solo drum rack pads. And again, this works on whichever pads are visible. In Pad Bank C, you can select drum rack pads. This way you can edit parameters on them without having to trigger them. Shift plus the stop button will turn the selected device on or off. With Shift, you can set the length of time that clips will record for. You can select anywhere between 1 and 16 bars. Here we'll select 2 bars. Shift plus the buttons underneath the faders will select the record quantization value. Here we'll select 16th notes. Shift plus the record button will trigger fixed length recording, and this will record for 2 bars as we specified. Only one preset on the controller is used, so you're free to use other presets in any way you like. Also, only one control bank is used, just Control Bank A, so you can customize Control Banks B and C however you like. If you notice throughout the video, I was switching to Control Bank B to access some customizations that I created, and I used CliffX for that. If you're interested in CliffX, please visit our forum so you can learn more about it. But I just set up a couple simple things. I can move left and right between tracks. I could switch between clip and track view. I can extend clips. I could change loop lengths and undo. You can also use conventional MIDI mapping. I'll show you a couple examples here by assigning a couple loop parameters. In addition to the user manual, a live lesson is provided, and this includes all the information that you typically find in a manual, as well as graphical references, and this just makes it easier to familiarize yourself with the functionality.